Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please give us a call if you guys are looking to improve your credit score, lower your car payment, buy a car, trade in a car. If you're looking to purchase your first home, if you're looking to purchase a rental property, we can help you. Give us a call today, 877-205-7771. Talk to you guys soon, and thanks again.
Hello everyone, this is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit Consultation. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today we're going to talk about what income are auto loan banks looking for in order for you to finance or lease a vehicle. Let's go straight into it. Now, this isn't like other videos I've done in the past where I've talked about specifically buying a vehicle, leasing, and then, just focus on those topics only. This is just a general, hey, I don't know how much income I need, in order to finance a car. A lot of people haven't necessarily went to a dealership before, and it's a little bit different. And let's break that down. So number one, there are banks that will give you an auto loan if you make at least $800 to $1,200 a month. Okay. Now, granted, if your income is in that area, it's really, really risky to not only for the bank, but for yourself, because there's no room for error. That usually maxes out at about a $200 a month car payment. I don't necessarily recommend it because usually a $200 car payment usually has a car that has a lot of miles on it, has some age on it, and we know it's just a matter of time before something happens, okay? But that's the minimum income that you need. But again, now the income that banks can work with is normally around, $10 to $12 an hour because you're going to have more buying power with certain types of cars. On the low end, the car is probably going to have anywhere between 80,000 miles or higher. The older that it is, it could also have, that mileage. But, there are a lot of people that trade in vehicles that they just didn't drive. They were either semi-retired, they caught a lot of public transportation, for whatever reason. But either way, those cars will put people, in like a $200, $250, $280 a month, monthly payment. Now, the thing about it is that when you're paying that type of monthly payment, you have to realize you also have to factor in insurance. How old are you? If you're going to put money down and things of that sort. But the ideal income that banks are going to be looking for, normally on the low end, is going to be somewhere between $10 to $12 an hour, or I would say an average income per year is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about $24,000, preferably. Again, you can buy a car at $18,000 a year, and we're talking before taxes, which I don't know why. That's a whole nother video, why banks go by gross income. For those who don't know, gross income is before taxes. Net income is actually what gets deposited into your checking account, or if you got an account, or whatever you get paid on the check. But I don't know why banks go by gross, because that's not really what you get. But I guess they try to make sure that everyone has an equal opportunity, because a lot of people have a lot of deductions taken out of their checks. Like it could be 401k savings. You can have wages garnished. You can have you can get benefits from the job. Traditional taxes, just things of that sort. But the ideal income that they're going to be looking for is going to be about like I said, 18 to 24,000 on the low end. Now, of course, if you're looking for cars that are $15,000 or more, then they're going to be looking for $12 to $15 an hour, or somewhere between $24,000 to $30,000 a year, and that kind of goes all the way up to about $30,000. So about $15,000 to about $30,000. So again, everyone's income is going to be requirement is going to be slightly different depending on what type of car you're going to go with. But keep in mind too, just because you have a cheaper car like $8,000, $10,000, banks have a minimum that they will finance. There's only a few banks that will finance under $7,000. But again, the doors are a little bit wider between $7,000 to $12,000, and then usually everything above 12, most banks normally get into. They give you a shorter term, because again, they got to make money too. So they're going to make money off of the interest rate. Normally, the older the car, the higher the rate's going to be. Why is that? Well, because sometimes cars just don't last the term. And I mean, let's be honest, if you're paying a car payment, whatever the car payment is, and the car, dies out on you, it didn't get into an accident or anything like that, it just died out, right? Now you're stuck with this, car that you can't drive, you can't trade it in, and now you got this balance that you still owe the bank, and the bank knows, based on certain types of cars history, that cars just, they won't last a term. And, you have to be smart enough. Just because a bank gives you a 3 or 4 year contract, or even a 5 or 6 year contract, I've seen 5, 6 year contracts on older cars too, And just because they give you that contract does not mean that they're looking out for you necessarily. They're looking out for themselves. That's why the interest rate is at a certain point. But on the flip side, you have to be smart enough to know, okay, yes, I have a 4-year contract, but I need to trade this car in 18 months. I need to pay this car off in, in whatever time frame. So, or I need to refinance this car in X amount of time. You have to prepare for yourself. You have to know if a car has 80, 90, 100,000 miles, it's probably not going to last a certain period of time. You're probably saying, well, yeah, Calvin, I've seen cars go to 200,000. Yeah, but how much money does it take to get it there? I think that's what people drop the ball. They look at, yeah, I'll buy a car with 100,000 miles, but what amount of money out of your pocket and maintenance will it take to get it to 200,000, 150,000, tires, brakes, rotors, and by that time, a lot of things are starting to rust, like we live in the Midwest. So there's a lot of snow, there's salt and all this stuff, and it is really, it eats the bottom of these cars, So again, you have to think for yourself. And again, I'm not saying that the banks are not necessarily looking out for you, but it's them first, then you second. Always remember that. But those are normally the income levels that you need to get qualified at the dealership for an auto loan, or normally an auto lease is going to be, a little bit more, slightly more challenging. I would say about $12 an hour on the low end, $24,000 a year on the low end, depending on what type of car you kind of go in with. But again, they're going to cut you off in a max payment, as well too. So, but either way, I got a whole playlist that you can always check out on everything that has to do with car buying and things of that sort. If you like this video, like it. If you want to share it, share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe, as we have nothing but great content on the way. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.